already all hit out of the bag. Okay, got to sign in now. How do you guys feel about that sign-in prompt at that point?
I feel kind of turned off a bit because I don't like things popping in when it's not inside the app. I mean, I get as a PM, I get the practicalities of not doing this in the app. But as a user, I'm like, can't you just do it in the app? I mean, how hard can it be?
I've also seen examples where you can check out as guest, and I'm almost wondering is like, I get obviously the incentive is that you sign up, we get an email, mailing list, blah, 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 all that kind of jazz, great stuff. I'm just wondering if you could give me the option here for checking out as a guest, but maybe it looks like they've just completely gone against that. All right, I'll sign up as a new user because we've been taking that behavior of new user. So I'll go on my Google account. I love this. I love social sign-on. So easy.
Yeah, I love this. I love if you don't buy it after an hour, it goes into your saved items too. So they make sure that you don't lose it, which of course is good for them, but also good for the UX.
It's good for everyone else as well.
That's what I was going to say, because I have found it incredibly annoying sometimes there, because I've actually added things to my basket and then I haven't got around to completing, like actually purchasing my basket. And then I come back and they're all back in my saved items. And I'm just like, oh, it's so annoying. However, I recognize the greater good here, because the fact that someone else can actually get the item, and they actually have, because I've had times where a thing that was in my basket is now out of stock, and I'm just like, well, I'm really happy for them, very, very happy. But
It's
no, I think
good.
that
It's
is
it's
good.
good. It's great. I think it's if you think about like the desirability, viability, feasibility Venn diagrams, right? You know how you want to get the center point for innovation. The center point for like ASOS, everybody else feels like this. They've just kind of hit it in the right spot. You get it for an hour, it goes into your saved, but someone else gets it if you forget about it. Like it's enough of an incentive for you to keep going, but you never lose it. It's really good. Okay, let's head over to our basket. Ooh, oh, oh, yo. Do you know why I love this so much? It's like onboarding without onboarding. Like that little
Mm.
3-second animation teaches you exactly at the point where you've tapped on it, so you should be engaged, but enough for it to not kind of be in your face, annoying, a carousel, that kind of thing. That's so good. That's so good.
Tell us how you really feel.
Okay, let's check out our one top for Oana to wear on holiday. Where's my Apple Pay, DJ? Where's my Apple Pay?
Well, interesting. There's nothing. There's actually no
Yeah.
paying. The first thing that isn't just repeating information at you, like your bag and your dress, is Premier delivery. So
Yeah.
essentially, that's kind of what they're highlighting, because it's the first new thing.
I think it's a really good point. There's hardly any dark patterns here. This is so heavy on just like ease and desirability, I think, for customers. Like even Premiere Delivery, can you imagine? Like I would expect that to be a banner, a fixed banner that just sticks
Mm.
across as you scroll through this whole page. Do you know what I mean?
Different color as well, not a white background.
Yeah. And it's a really good incentive. Like Premiere Delivery is actually really good considering you've got it for £10 for the whole year. Like that's a cost of 2 ASOS deliveries. Okay, let's take a scroll down to the delivery options, which is the next thing.
See, what I think could be cool here though is, and I'm sure I've seen this somewhere, but rather than have that kind of Premier delivery advertised above, you could have it as an option
Yes.
in here. So you've
Yes,
got standard, next
absolutely.
day, precise, and then another one could be, £5 for, or £10, whatever it is, £9.99 for Premier delivery forever or for the year.
I was thinking the same thing, which just makes me think how similar we are, and which makes me think I'm definitely going to put principal product designer on my LinkedIn right now.
I was gonna actually say that's actually scary. What an ingrained pattern it is that both of you have it in your brains. Because it's actually a dark pattern if you think about it, right? Like I think Amazon do it with Prime, where you've got all these like, pay £15 or get it free with Amazon Prime. It's like, and obviously you're tempted to click that, but then when you check out, it's actually added like whatever, 79.99 for Prime
Well, yeah,
membership.
this isn't so bad. This is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
this
This
is
isn't so bad
different.
because ASOS is only £10. Like,
Yeah.
if you want next day delivery, you're paying £4 more for whole year next day delivery.
Yeah,
I mean,
You
definitely.
know,
I think there's an incentive here to actually, yeah, sorry, not an incentive. I think there's a good reason to do that here because it's so cheap.
yeah, I actually think the dark pattern is not having it in that drop down because they're going to make more money from that.
Yeah. You could say that the brand loyalty or the repeat customers can help drive more profit rather than just focusing on delivery. It could be a case of penny wise, pound foolish. Yes, you can make £4 on your delivery, but if they only do it a couple times because the delivery is so high, compared to if they keep coming back and back and back, which I've seen people do, then that is much more valuable for
Oh,
ASOS than.
absolutely. Like I think that's actually a cornerstone of the ASOS business model is the
Mm,
premier thing because it is so easy to order things and return things for free with like quite an extended return period
yeah.
that I bet they make a huge amount of profit from people who get premier delivery more so than, because if you're doing it as a one-off, you're unlikely to do it again next week. Whereas if you buy
Mm,
Premier Delivery, you're like, oh, I can order today, I can order tomorrow, I can order the day after, and I pay
yeah.
nothing.
And just because you brought it up, one about the returns, because I think ASOS and returns is fundamental to their business.
Mm,
Because the fact that you over order, first of all, because you know there's a great return policy, you
yeah.
end up over ordering
Hmm.
because you're like, hey, I'm going to try it on. And obviously, substituting what you would do in a shop, in a physical shop, you would go and you try more than you want to make sure you know what you like and get the right thing. So you over order. Then when it actually arrives at your house now, even if things like didn't go the right way, so they didn't fit you, you didn't quite like a certain number, you would actually hate returning everything because that feels like you have failed and you've lost that excitement. So I can definitely imagine, and I've done this myself, where something has been, it's not quite matched up to what I thought it was, or it might be a little bit too big, a little bit too small, but I've been like, you know what? I'm not going to return that. I'm going to keep that one. And I think I can't imagine how much money they've made from those small decisions as a result of being having such a generous return policy.
Not having the overhead cost of an actual store, obviously all of the benefits and the cost savings that come out of that, um, it's still probably a lot cheaper for them to have that generous returns policy because they don't have to pay a clerk, they don't have to pay a cashier, and they don't have to pay rent on a high street store, right?
But I actually think that shows a level of customer centricity that because they were one of the first major online shops, back a
Hmm.
few years ago when they launched, and they realized the biggest hurdle for people was that they were just nervous about ordering things online without having tried them on and like seeing
Mm,
if they fit and if they like them and so on. And that was like I remember at the time one of the first things that made me shop online for the first time is like, okay, so this massive barrier, which is like my inability to try things on before buying, they've gone so
yeah.
out of their way to address that fear in customers to the point where now, they're probably still stand out in terms of their service, how easy it is to return things, how long you have, and also, unlike other, providers, like they've never, out of all my orders, and there have been many, they've never once like questioned, like whether an item has been returned the right way or whatever. They've always instantly refunded everything I've returned,
Mm.
which is great customer experience as well.
We've been through an entire process here, yet have we seen anything about their returns policy?
But I guess this is word of mouth marketing at its finest.
I assume that they would have from their marketing channels how someone has arrived at coming to ASOS, whether it's been through website, app store, whatever. They would have seen some kind of marketing banner that has said 30-day returns or something.
Mm.
But yeah, I guess without that information, it was a little bit strange since we're really praising them on this aspect that I haven't seen that kind of highlighted. Even especially at this stage here, I think it'd be quite cool. When you're checking out, potentially, well, you see typically in most products you see a lot of conversion drop at this point here, right? They get right to the end. And I think this could be a
Mm.
great way where you're like, hey, don't worry. If you're having second thoughts now, it's cool because you can actually return it and there's no problems. So even though people could know, I think there could be an opportunity here to just increase conversion a little bit more. You're welcome, ASOS.
Mic drop.
Okay, on to payment.
Okay, so
PayPal?
don't be too upset.
Sorry.
See, this screen makes me a little sad because I just feel like someone just knocked together a few bits of information and decided
True.
it's all, like, let's just put it all, like, I don't even know what to look at here. The Klarna and ClearPay are on the same level, though Pay Later with Klarna is active and ClearPay isn't. Oh, because it's available only for certain orders. There's like 2 things in yellow, which also makes me think, like, what am I even looking at? So yeah, this needs a cleanup.
It's a good point. I think it's one of those where someone's just given a bunch of requirements and then they've just been taken by the designers for onto a screen. It's that classic thing of a good designer will fit everything neatly onto a screen. A great designer will tell you half that shit is unnecessary.
Totally agree with all of your comments. However, I would invite any one of you to do a quick redesign.
Yeah, there it is.
So I have to go. I actually have an appointment, so I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, that's right. Don't worry. Figma works 24/7, baby.
So let's wrap up there. On behalf of both Sakky and I, thank you very much for joining us, Oana.
Yes, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, I'll be back.
Yeah, DJ, watch out, mate. He's gonna be crawling.
I was gonna say it's been more of a pleasure for Sakky, to be honest, because I kind of got roasted a few times. But yeah.
Why, that wasn't enjoyable for you?
Whew, that was a long one, huh? To be honest, I'm impressed you've made it this far. And I think it's fair to say we were definitely impressed with the ASOS app, don't you think?
Definitely. I think there's a couple of delight features in the app that really stood out for me. One was the animations at checkout, and the other was saving to a bag for an hour. I think those actually really help propel ASOS into its own elite bracket as an app.
Yeah, I think it's praise all round, and the delights definitely left a lasting impression on Oana, as you can see. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and if you haven't already, take a look at the lovely redesign that Oana did and let us know your thoughts down below.